another session. But let me just ask this question for today. So how do you deal with in Africa, I think it's it's one of the continents that have been having a lot of traumatic experiences because of everything that is going on in Africa, wars and the things in the past and even today. I think this continent is traumatized. So many things, and these days you have not only parents, but what we have really scary situation because even little kids, you have little kids who have been traumatized. They're already messed up, like they're really young, but they're messed up in their mental. And so I'm wondering how are we helping them? Us as Africans, as community, how are we helping them? And looking the fact that most of these people or these kids are being raised in those areas that there's no rest, there's no peace, right? They're already disturbed, maybe their parents are already gone, and how are we saving our kids, the next generation? Because for me, I can maybe meditate, I have access to the internet, so I get to connect with you, but we have a lot of people who they don't even have access to the internet. How do we reach out to them? How are we helping them to be safe?
Well, I think one for the parents, if you're a parent yourself and you got kids, I think we have a talk, the deep talk on SNS that we do. And on the last episode, we talked about this, how raising our children, in Africa, like you said, we've gone through a lot. It has made us the powerhouse that we have. Africans were very strong, very, very strong. We can survive most things. Even when I live here in Europe and I see how our mentality is as Africans and the Europeans, I see myself, for example, with my peers. I've gone through so much and it doesn't faze me. And then my peer will maybe go through something that I find like, okay, interesting. We have different strength because we've gone through different things. We're a little bit more resilient. The only thing with this resilient, it started off as, like this thing, black strong woman. But the same thing that we're so strong, we're claiming is the same thing that's keeping us down, because people can't stay strong forever. And people don't want to be strong forever. You want to, soften your heart. You want to live in peace. You want to live in harmony. You don't want to live in strength all the time. And so I think as Africans, especially when it comes to how we raise our children, when I've seen it, it's almost that we're so used to that. We're used to control. And we're used to
punish,
obedience.
Like beat the heck out of kids.
Huh?
To punish our kids.
Yeah, we like control, we like obedience. And a lot of the strategies, when I look at a lot of the African strategies, they have similarities to slavery, how slaves used to treat their, how white people used to treat us. It's almost like I said in the episode, I said, you know what? We're raised to that point, white people oppressed us, and it's like we're continuing that same oppression. We're continuing that same oppression within our households. We're telling kids that you don't have a voice, you're nobody, you do what I say, you're basically nothing. So this same adult is supposed to go out in life and think that there's something and do something. How do I believe that I'm important? How do I do something of significance when I've been told my whole life that I'm nobody, that I'm nothing? How do I go out there in the society and excel and become somebody when I've been taught, don't question adults, don't question authority, don't question police, don't question government, don't question nothing, just do. And so this is the thing that we need to question ourselves a little bit. How are we raising our children? When you see, for example, I've heard in neighbor's house, they're just beating their children, beating them down. You can hear the kids not even screaming or crying, like crying, like yearning for help. They're screaming from the core, and nobody is knocking on that family's door. Nobody's saying anything. In my household, people were laughing. They'll be like, the children really messed up today. They really did something today. It's almost like you've normalized this thing like, na people, we beat kids and that's that. And, and you have to understand, like, what does this do to a child? They're this big, you're this big. when you do that to them, what are you really telling them? What are you teaching them? You're implementing fear into them. If you just look at an adult, what does an adult do when they're fearful? Or just look at a dog. What does a scared dog do? A scared dog will bark. A scared dog will bite. A calm and peaceful dog, a dog that's not scared, will just look at you, let you pet them, let you be there. But a scared dog will holler. So what happens when we raise these kids to be fearful? They go out there in society, they become criminals. They go out there in society, they start doing things because they're so fearful. They got to protect themselves all the time. They got to do something all the time. They got to, So I think we as a society, we need to, start questioning each other a little bit, be a little bit more accountable, start having conversations. When I go to Tanzania, I have conversations. It doesn't mean that I'm necessarily right or they're necessarily right. It's just, let's have conversation. Let's poke a little bit on our perspective. Why do you believe this? Why do you think this is okay? People say, mainly people, when I was younger, I was beaten up. So whatever, Yeah. Did you enjoy it? No. So why do you think it's okay to do something like that to somebody else? And some people say, it's discipline. There are other ways to discipline. There are other ways to do it. Children are supposed to be loved. Everybody in the world is looking for love. Why are we looking for love? We're looking for love because when you feel love, you open up. When you feel love, you flourish. When you feel love, you're created. When you feel love, you're easygoing. Life flows. Everybody knows the feeling of love. What would happen if we start raising every African child with love? What would happen to all of our children? How do we think the next society is going to look like if we start changing this and start nourishing them with love, start treating them with love? I'm telling you, all the resources that are being sucked out of Africa immediately stop, because you would have a new generation that's saying, no, you can't just come and take our resources. No, you can't just do these things to us, because there is self-love. When there is self-love, there's love for myself, there's love for my neighbor, there's love for my country, there's love for everything. And so when you have love for something, you value it more. But we have self-hatred, and therefore we don't value anything that's us, including our mental health.
Dang, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Paul, I'm about to take over your session, so let me just stop right here. But really, please, if you can, we have a private chat here. Please drop your, WhatsApp number there. We need to communicate. All right. We need to have a conversation.
We'll have another session.
I already have it. I already have
it. It's already there.
Yeah, definitely. Please share with me. Yeah, I love that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
My brother, Danny, let me beg you. You have to prepare another show for you and her. This is my show, please. Let me close the show.
Yes, sir. I understand. Let me get out of here now.
By the way, thank you so much, my brother, for coming. This is my role model.
Oh, this is your role model. I'll have to learn more about this.
We have a lot to learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a lot to learn.
For real.
We're always learning. Yeah. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. So I learned today a lot, really. So thank you, Paul. Paul, this is incredible show. Yeah. You set the bar. I don't know who is the guest for the next show. I don't know, but I don't know how you're gonna come back after this. You know what I'm saying?
I'll have to come back again.
Oh yeah. That's why I want to have a conversation.
You have to come back again.
Don't worry, I'm a part of the family now. I got you guys.
Oh yeah. Come on now.
Okay.